What is up, YouTube? How are you guys doing out there in the interwebs today?
I could use 5% more volume if you can.
I'll give you 6.
Hey, that's a lucky number.
Way too much. No, I'm just kidding.
Did I say 6? I meant 12.
Oh,
right.
man.
Everyone else good on all their stuff?
Test, 1, 2.
So, what is up, everybody?
I can barely hear myself in my mic.
A fun race, huh?
Can y'all hear me?
Well, you're down a little bit.
You are a little bit down.
Check.
Is this leftover from the...
Hello?
I didn't change much of the settings.
Okay.
If you guys are watching the YouTube right now, we did have a girls takeover of the podcast, so some of our settings may be a little bit altered. I tried to limit it and do as little as possible, changing over to make sure everything was still good. But if something's off, let us know.
Is it me?
Otherwise, we should be pretty good to go.
You're so dumb.
Hi, Megan. What's up? Glad
I
to see
literally
you.
thought about, like, should I send this to our group podcast? Like, our group chat, like, for the podcast? Because, like, what if Megan doesn't see it?
And she's literally the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. She got us on notifications on. She's a real one.
She knows us.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
She falls asleep like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
Megan will stop talking.
Jake,
you
let me know
she's in bed.
Let me know when you're good.
Like she's done.
Sending out the links.
Are you sure that's right, the thumbnail? That Kyle Larson win on the thumbnail could have been from, like, any race.
It could have been 100% could have been from
That
anyone.
really looks like Indy.
You know what? For all we know, it's Coda.
Oh, that's what we should do. When Larson wins, we pick a random thumbnail from a random track and let the chat try to figure it out.
That sounds dumb.
That's an interesting idea.
Thank you, DJ.
I like it.
I'm
subscribed. I get the notification.
Give me
All
another,
right, I
give me
need you
another
to turn me back
5%,
now.
please.
You guys are way too loud.
That's not me. That's me. Thank you.
That's not me.
I've been playing music all day, and my in-ears are very loud. So, like...
All right, I'm ready to start the actual show if you guys are.
Yep. Let's do it. Oh, it's so quiet now.
I know. It's always so awkward as I have to,
You
like...
just totally kill the vibe, but I get it.
Turn around.
Kyle Larson wins his third race of the season after leading for most of the race. The new tire gives teams all kinds of problems, and the NASCAR antitrust lawsuit gets a little more spicy. We are here for the speed. What is up? I am DJ. Glad to be with you guys. I'm joined by...
What's up? I'm Jake. Oh, that music timing was so nice.
That's perfect. Yes?
Yeah, I'm Jeff.
Larson, #1 fan? Yes?
I mean, yeah.
I feel like Jeff is more of a fan when Larson is on a losing streak. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Larson, he's like, he won. I mean, yeah. I picked
No,
the
I'm
greatest,
just
of
trying
course.
Best driver in the
I'm
world.
just trying to uphold my, like,
Dignity?
no, not my dignity, but like I'm not trying to glaze all the drivers in the whole field like Jake
Whoa,
does.
easy
So
now. I got 3.
I mean,
I told you,
So
tried to
far.
make that joke, and I
I
100% backed Denny Hamlin.
I apologize for derailing this, but I just noticed the Mountain Dew car on our diecast over there.
That's cool, right?
I
It's a
like it.
knockoff of what Junior ran back in the day.
I don't care. It looks awesome.
It does. It does.
All right. Yes.
Matt and his color chromes.
I'll be
Oh, by the
honest.
way, Matt.
I can't do this anymore, guys. It's such a bad streak with Brad.
Another bad Brad weekend.
It's a horrible Brad weekend, man. I can't do
From
this
second
anymore.
this week, too. Like,
Oh my
It's not even from second. Didn't he have to start at the rear too?
Yes.
So he got all the way up to second from the start or
It's
the
the
start
build
of
of
the
the
race.
hope, you know.
Oh,
that
that's-
hurt, man. That was the worst incident of the whole weekend.
worst part-
I think we all felt your pain on that one. Like,
I don't know what to do.
The part that cracked me up though was
I
how
gotta
the
stop
broadcast-
rooting for him. Like, if I stop, maybe he'll start doing better. It's a
Matt's
like a
gonna
love-hate relationship.
Matt's gonna make his way to Bubba's garage at Talladega. You know what I mean? You know.
No.
Oh, stop.
whoa.
I don't. I feel like
okay.
I'm missing something here.
Let's not put the pieces of that
Let's
puzzle
not-
together.
Let's not figure that one out. Anywho,
you know, you know.
so I'll bring it up.
I do hate it for Brad though, for real.
Yeah.
For real. That it feel like, especially listening to the broadcast, like you could tell they were feeling it. Like Brad was finally starting to turn the ship around because Buescher's been decent, not great, but Priest has had some really good runs.
Yeah, Buescher's been more
And it's like-
consistent, but very mid. Consistent mid.
Priest
10
has
today,
had
though.
some like really good runs though, but then like Brad has been like, bro,
Atrocious.
like what's going on?
Like,
and like
either
man, he
wrecking from-
finally finally had something and blew a tire. Man, that sucked.
Yeah.
It was very.
And it was a right rear.
Par for the course.
Like, so on yesterday in practice, he blew a left rear. So now this was a right rear. It's just different. Like, it's not even the same. It's not like,
Oh, no, they said it. They just swapped the tires. It was a left rear tire, but they put it on the right rear.
no, they did not.
No, they didn't.
All right.
It was very cinematic though, because it's like, oh great, look, bad Brad's up there doing good in second place, and then there you go.
Dude, that was the
Oh no,
funniest
things
part.
are bad for Brad.
It was like, so
Oh, no.
I was kind of watching. I had it playing on my phone, and I had to step away. I was like, oh, Brad's in second. That's really cool. I was like, changing. I was like, yeah, I'll wear some, light stuff. Like, this is going to be a good day. And then I'm like, okay, I'll wear this shirt. Blah, blah, blah. I start heading on over, and I'm like, oh, there's a caution. Oh, Brad's out. Because I stepped away for whatever that incident was.
Literally like a
It
few
went
seconds
from,
probably.
He's in second place. This is great, too. I hate it for Brad. And they're stowing him away. I'm like, well, that was dramatic.
I know, because we were all at
The
a
highest of
family
highs and the
gathering
lowest
for
of
Mother's
lows.
Day. Obviously, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. But we were at a family gathering and we all wrapped up dinner or lunch, I should say, and then headed, to the studio to watch the end of the race. And you were a little bit behind because you had to drop some of the family off and stuff. And I'm like, me and Jeff were watching the race. I'm like, dang, bro, like Brad, like, all right. And then he wrecked. And then Matt just gets here and Matt's like, what happened? I was
So
like,
lost.
bro. He's like, I just saw him being towed away. Like, I was like, bro. Dude, and then the broadcast, because I guess you didn't see it, they're literally like talking about Brad. Brad is doing so good. Things are turning
What a
around.
day.
And then like they go to talk about somebody else, but the camera's still on Brad, and he just pounds it in the fence all the way around 1 and 2, and it's silence on the broadcast. I'm like,
Well.
and they're like, oh, Brad's in the wall. I'm like, oh, dude, like the whole thing was so dramatic because they
So
literally
sad.
were just praising how like they're turning a corner, and it was no. He wasn't turning a corner. He was blowing a tire in turn 1. Like,
Yeah, it's a bad Brad day, but we'll move
Bummer.
forward. All-star race.
hey,
another one.
there's definitely signs of speed at RFK.
It's there. It's the luck.
It's there.
It's the luck. So
You don't
I mean,
you
it
don't
is what
see
it is.
them. I'm starting to see a little more diversity in RFK. You know what I mean?
You think so?
Like it's not like when it was just Busher and Brad. Like they ran 12th and 13th.
Yeah. No, they were very similar.
21st, 22nd.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see a little more diversity. Maybe some drivers or some, crew chief driver combinations have a little more. Maybe the way to say it is like I guess
Chemistry.
just chemistry, right?
Chemistry.
At certain tracks, maybe. So. But I see overall RFK starting to figure out, whereas the opposite, me and DJ obviously being like Trackhouse fans, me more Ross than Trackhouse as a whole. But
In other words, he doesn't like Daniel Suarez.
I mean, we like he just got me off
Not
on
an
the wrong
amigo?
foot at Bristol, bro.
No amigo.
No, years ago when he was in the Xfinity Series, everybody knows the gentleman's rule.
I remember
If
this.
there's like
Oh,
7
yeah.
urinals, right?
Yes.
You go way far apart.
He's playing fire.
You always have one urinal in between.
Yeah, bro. And
That's
it's
the guy
me and
rule.
him alone, and he stands right next to me and looks at me and goes, "What's up?" I'm like, "This is just weird now." Like, this is just weird.
Well,
you know?
amigo.
And to be clarified, this was not the horse trough. Not a trough.
No, it wasn't a trough.
Wasn't the
Thank
Daytona
God.
trough.
It was in the garage, so it wasn't a trough. But it was like, bro, like full fire suit and everything. I'm like, yeah, I mean, this is just like,
Say
it's
hello
gonna
to
forever
my
be
little
weird.
amigo.
Yeah, say hello to my little friend. No, Ross was pretty harsh this week on Trackhouse and the way they've been showing up on Saturday. And then I like, this weekend, Daniel Suarez is showing up the same way. Like, oh, Big Brother Ross said, we can say we're not fast on Saturday. Now he's like, kind of like, we've not been good fast on, we're not fast on Saturday. I don't know. It's just RFK is starting to show an overall improvement in the summer as we're entering into the summer. And to me, Trackhouse isn't.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Track,
Not yet.
Trackhouse has definitely having a rough year this
Today,
year.
today was better though.
Yeah. Well, that was because of all the cars that
I
wrecked
should
ahead
say
of
this
them.
weekend, including yesterday.
I mean, like
Yeah.
SVG got a top 20 mostly because of a bunch of wrecks. Like, and
I
don't
think
get me
he
wrong,
hit the wall like 4 times.
I like SVG. I want him to succeed. I want him to be good. But I was telling you earlier today, I'm just like, man, like I feel like he was doing better in Xfinity. Can we send him back for another year? Like,
What I tell you, I was like, I think he hit the wall so hard he had to turn right just to feel good.
yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I need to get back to my
Something
roots.
is way off there.
Yeah.
The the couple off ovals that he did throughout the year last
He was
year,
doing okay.
he was doing okay. And he's doing, I mean, he has to be considerably worse than
He's
what
like
he
Cody
is.
Ware level right now.
Worse. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Cody Ware has more points.
Might.
Actually, I had that pulled up. I will confirm that because that would be a stat of all stats.
That'd be
until,
wild.
until we get to the next road course, which is, what is the next one? Watkins Glen?
No, it's Mexico City.
Oh,
Mexico
yeah,
City.
Mexico City.
City.
That'll be an interesting one because obviously everyone's going to be
Beginning
on.
of June.
Everyone's going to be on
3-4
equal
weeks.
plane.
Yeah.
Equal plane on that one. So it'll be interesting to see if then you can see his road course ability start to stand out against everyone else.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's going away.
It might, but that's to me that's going to be the closest one to be like, okay, yep, but they still got something.
It is a very close battle for 35th in points between Shane Van Gisbergen and Cody Ware. Shane's got him by a few points.
Wow.
Yeah, but if he
Not many.
wins, let's just hypothetically, he wins a road course. Is anyone really going to be mad that he's in the playoffs now?
Oh yeah.
From 35th, I
Are you
mean,
going to be
that's,
mad? I wouldn't be mad.
That's
Because that's
Harrison
the
To me,
Burton.
you might as well run part-time and be in the playoffs.
but that's the expectation.
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 I mean, that's
when
why they
hired
hired
him.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's. I hate to say it, but it's kind of like that Ricky Stenhouse. Like, hey, there's quote unquote 6 super speedways. Like, you're supposed to do good there, maybe win one.
Yeah, but
Yep.
Ricky's actually been doing really good this year.
Where's
Yeah.
he at?
Bro, this is going to blow you away because I read this the other day. Hold on. Bro, 15th,
No way.
100.
He's in the playoffs. Maybe not.
No, actually, I think he is because Austin Cindric passed him in points. Josh Berry is the only one who can pass him right now because Josh Berry's 17th in points,
Yep.
so he'll automatically go in. So Ricky's on the bubble in 15th.
Wow,
Dang.
that's crazy.
That's pretty
Okay,
cool, though.
Ryan Preece is 16th.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's kind of weird with all
Putting
the.
the finishes together, man.
Yeah, it's either that or DNFs. It's really like a toss of the
One
coin.
extreme
Either
or
he's
the other.
I mean,
finishing
that's
top
finishes.
5
That's
or
finishes.
he's
No.
DNFing.
I mean, that's finishes.
Yeah.
You got 15th place. That's what you got. You
Yeah.
know, oh, hey, I got a top 10 car. I'm not going to try to push top 5. I mean, that I mean, how do you even say their team name? I don't think I've even seen a press release or anything by these guys. I don't even know.
Hayek.
Hayek.
I don't know.
Is it like kayak with a H?
Yeah.
Basically.
But I mean, they are a very small team, very limited resources, like with other teams. Not many align. I think there is some, but it's not much. I'm sure the information's out there. I just don't know off the top of my head. But
Yeah.
they are doing a lot with a very little. To me, I think they are very equivalent to like a Rick Ware,
Yeah.
who has some allegiance with RFK. But like, look at dude, the fruits of that is way different.
Yeah.
Like they are, old Ricky Spinhouse is putting it together.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty impressed.
very cool.
Sorry, I was trying to find it. Someone in the chat
How'd
said
you do today?
something
Oh,
was
sorry.
going on with there was some things about I guess people at the wall when Larson went to collect the flag. So I was trying to see if there was.
Oh really?
I don't know. There was just one comment about it, so I'm trying to figure.
I saw
out.
my name on the wall. That was cool. Appreciate whoever did that.
Yeah.
Appreciate
while
the
we're
shout out.
while we're kind of doing that, you guys want to do the ratings real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Matt, go first.
I'll give it a green flag. It was a good race.
Green.
Yeah. Wasn't my favorite. Wasn't.
What can we do to improve?
Oh man.
Yeah,
what can
bro,
we
you
do?
better be ready.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know.
Brad not wrecking.
I really don't. I don't want to. Stop. I don't want to I feel like a lot of the issues are consistent. So I feel like with this race, I was really happy with the tire wear. What we saw with the new tire combination on the left side.
Yeah.
Maybe more horsepower. Give them a little bit more horsepower and call it good. You know, I wouldn't say it was a chart. Maybe change the times. I like the nighttime races, the transition better instead of all afternoon.
Can we ask for help with the chat on this?
Kuzman, this is
Like,
your job.
yeah. Why did
He's the guy in
last
the
year's
chair.
race fall into the nighttime? Was it just a later start? Was there weather? Was there
I thought there was
a
weather.
bunch of crashes? Like, what was it that pushed that race last
So
year in
far.
the spring? Because I think the summer race is a night race. I could be totally
yeah,
wrong.
I don't remember.
But why did the spring race last year go to the summer? We were trying to remember. For like 2
can't remember.
days we couldn't remember.
Like why was the closest
coulda
finish
looked it up,
ever
but we're
in
lazy.
NASCAR history ending at night when today it's still sunny out.
Plenty sunny.
Yeah, I just don't know.
About the same time of year for sure.
And they're an hour back from us too.
Is it an hour or 2? It's an hour.
It's
an
definitely
hour.
at
It's
least
Texas,
one.
It's
Definitely
central.
Texas,
forward.
Central.
where my wife is from, is 1 hour. So and Texas or Kansas
Yes.
would be straight above. So
Yep.
yeah, it's 1 hour.
Yep. But
Jeff, what do you thought rating wise?
I mean, considering, it's Mother's Day and, you guys were busy, but I was also busy kind of doing my own thing prior to this. So for what I did get to watch, I thought it was pretty good. I'd give it a green.
You stayed awake, so yeah. I mean, I give it.
I don't know
that's
why.
a checker right there.
Dude, like, I know I wasn't on the show last week, but I don't want to hear nothing after what I saw with Jake.
You were sleeping all
sitting
day
on the
last
couch.
week.
No, that's
No.
last
Dying.
week. You don't even know about this week.
He did the same thing.
Same
this
2
week.
weeks in a row.
2 weeks.
Look, hey, but I'm strategic on it, bro. I'm like, okay, here's the first run. Okay, we're gonna pit. This is green flag pit stops. 26 to go. Catnap. Wake me up. Mike Joy
are-
gonna wake me up if they spin.
You are like,
just knock
it's
right out.
genuinely weird. Jake will literally sleep for just 5 laps. Be like, yep, took a nap. I'm good. And I'm like,
Every
it's
time.
literally a 5-minute nap. He's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, okay,
Dude, it's
whatever.
hilarious.
That's
The funniest
No,
thing
so
is
they're like,
Jake could
oh,
literally
somebody they're like, what was it?
Boyer.
No, somebody spun. I don't know.
No,
There
so
was something that
Ty
happened.
Gibbs.
I was like, what
Ty
happened?
Gibbs jumped in front of, not Ty Gibbs, Ty Dillon jumped in front of Bubba Wallace. It stacked up the whole thing. I thought they were going to wreck. And you're just like, I sleep. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I was like,
But-
It was exciting to
"They didn't
me.
wreck."
But anyway, I would say green.
Oh, I knew I could like keep up with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I could wake up, see who made some ground. All right, we'll be good. But
Nah.
I was up at 4:30 this morning, so I was so tired.
Yeah, no, I'd say green though. I think Kansas is one of those tracks where it's like it's a good track and it usually produces a pretty solid race considering it's like one of your cookie cutter like mile and a halves. But
Is that even a term anymore?
I don't even know. I see. I'm
I
hesitant.
mean,
to
it
say,
was. It was.
I'm
for
hesitant
sure.
to use it because Kansas, at least the last couple of years, has been like a really good race.
Kansas and Nascar,
especially
like-
in the playoffs, especially as a playoff race. It's
Love
a
it.
solid playoff race.
Love you.
But I think that it's kind of a waste to have a track that's capable of having a night race when we already don't have a lot of night races. Like I
night
feel
races don't do good for TV though.
like I know,
Unfortunately,
I know, but just
ain't
I-
nobody that loves the night race
I
more
don't
than
know.
me.
I
They're
was
the-
gonna say
the night races
I
are great.
prefer.
I go to the
It is.
Daytona 500 praying for rain so we can run at night.
I was gonna say I've always preferred.
So
a
you're
night
the
race,
reason.
I'm the
but
reason.
That's a personal preference, but I think it would just add something to a cookie cutter track. Make it a night race, one of the few night races throughout the
Yeah.
year. But as far as like the cars themselves, I kind of agree with Matt. Like a little bit more horsepower wouldn't hurt.
It's really picky. I mean, it's
But-
borderline a checker flag for me, but
It's a toss up. But I like the tire wear though. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned yesterday during practice though. Like I was.
Yeah, I
like,
did for a second. I was like, ooh. But then, like, when Larry McReynolds wasn't concerned, it calmed me down. America's crew chief. He's like, I think they're running low tire pressure. I was like, hey, if that's what Larry says, he knows. He's literally in
Yeah,
the
that's usually
garage
pretty
and
good.
on pit road.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
So he's
sign.
talking to guys like, I'm going to go for
4.
21 instead of 22. No, it's
Yeah.
not that low. It's not
Yeah.
Martinsville. Calm down.
I don't know. 6
Um,
might be too much.
Kuzman, all races should be night races. All right, calm down.
Yes,
I
We
agree.
still got to do the podcast and go to work on Monday. So like, let's calm it down.
that's fair.
The last 50 laps at night.
Talladega,
are
put
perfect.
headlights.
They
Yes.
honestly they need lights at Talladega. That's why
How
don't
they
like
tell-
Talladega night race
Money.
would be crazy, bro.
Oh gosh.
I mean, it's a great movie. Anyways,
I mean, yeah.
a couple things I want to read into the comments real quick. Kuzman says if it had more horsepower, it'd be a checkered flag. I think that's interesting, but I'm not sure more horsepower. Not to just totally blatantly disagree with you because I'm also kind of counteracting what Matt
this
said a
guy
little
hates
bit.
horsepower. It's this guy.
Hold on. At Kansas specifically, the side-by-side racing is really good. I really don't think you need to do a lot with this race. So for that, I give it a green flag.
Shame.
I'm not really sure like what it wasn't as good as last spring's, which a lot of that is heavily weighted on the finish, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole race last spring was really good, and the whole race this year was really good. Like,
Oh, it was solid.
go to Yinny's comments. He said, "Hot take." In my opinion, Yinny, this isn't a hot
No,
take.
he said, "Welcome back, Jeff."
No,
But,
that's a hot take. Welcome back, Jeff. Rude. Anyways,
thank you.
no, he says a hot take. Kansas emphasizes what NASCAR should be: pit strategies, fast car, multiple lanes, tire fall off, and conservation. And would have been a closer finish had those 40 cautions not happened. I don't. The last comment, not 100% sure. I totally understand what you're saying.
He was
but-
talking about like the cautions that were back
we,
to back.
we
to
had
back.
like 3 cautions like in the stage
I
three.
mean, like it was pretty close, bro. Like yeah,
Who didn't really take out? It
within
didn't
less
really
than a
take out
second.
any-
You know,
anyone who
no,
was
but you know what it
huge.
would have done is it would have probably Larson would have ran out of his stuff quicker,
Could have
and
been
Bell might have flipped.
because Larson hurt in the long run.
Yes.
So it could be.
So maybe.
Did,
I
did
give it a
those
green.
cautions
I can't-
altogether stop a green flag pit stop?
Yes.
It did?
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, that might be
Could be.
part of it.
Kuzman, I do want more horsepower everywhere, except for maybe here. But if getting more horsepower includes sacrificing what we kind of have going on
You
in
have no
Kansas,
dignity.
then I'm down.
No shame.
You know, but I feel like the mile and a half, they shouldn't change anything.
Heresy.
At least at first. Yeah, we gotta fix
Coke
the short
600, amazing.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's fix
Kansas,
the short. Let's fix
really
the short
good.
tracks first.
I mean, you think this is like Jeff said, a cookie cutter, just as a filler race, whatever you want to call it, middle of spring, late spring, summer,
Mother's Day.
Yeah, like this is a good race for like.
If you think about it,
This isn't a Daytona 500. This isn't an Atlanta Super Speedway. What the heck's gonna happen? It's not Talladega. It's not COTA. It's not Mexico City. It's not one of these premier Chicago street race, right? It's not one of these like huge flagship style races. And this race is really good. So if this is like what the bulk of the races look like, where we can have some legitimacy, I'm pretty happy with this.
Two
honestly.
races in a row.
Yeah.
Texas was great, too. I love Texas.
Yeah.
I thought
People
it was
really didn't like
fantastic.
Texas.
Why?
I don't know. It did terrible on the Jeff Gluck poll.
Really?
really,
Like
yeah.
52%.
It's probably
Good.
the highest it's been in a long time.
Oh no, that's true. But like, man, like
It was really good.
Texas was pretty good.
I like the fact that we talked about this last week. Like, if you want to be fast in 1 and 2, you're gonna run bad in 3 and 4.
Or try to
To
find
me,
the balance.
and everybody's like, "Oh, it's terrible." Oh, blah, blah. And everybody's crying about it. I'm like, bro, did y'all not watch Pocono back before they repaved it? That's exactly how Pocono was.
Love
If you wanted to be fast in 1, you might be terrible in 2. And if you were terrible in 2, you might be okay in 3. But if you were good in 2, you might be terrible in 3.
Yeah.
And then you had 3 corners that all race differently, and you had to pick one.
6.
I mean, it depends.
Crew
Crew chiefs say 6.
I'd say 5.
Yeah.
I would say 5.
But it's like, to me, like
1, 2.
there's a
3,
good fight. There's a good
3,
debate for
4 and
5.
5.
1,
love
2,
Pocono.
3, 5, 4, 5.
It's basically a road course.
But I'm like, that's like old school, like pick one and like do the best you can. Or even like back in the day before SMI got real good with their repaving technology. They'd repave a track and, both corners would be laid out exactly the same, but there'd be some awful bump in this corner. But, but it's like, you kind of got to pick. And I like that. I really like.
Well, also,
Oh, the track is so hard to drive. Guys are getting loose. Oh, NASCAR is loose. Like, why are we upset? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
What's up, Mark?
well, also Kansas is just
We
like,
want the cars to be harder to drive. The guys are wrecking by themselves. This is unacceptable. Like, what?
what do you mean?
What are we talking? Like,
Sometimes I feel for NASCAR.
Kansas is like the most random
no,
track.
NASCAR's in a lose-lose all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like-
they can never do anything right.
Sometimes they need to lose, and they should lose,
yeah.
but they're always in a lose-lose.
No, but Kansas is one of the most random tracks to be a good track. It's just like
It is
all the-
random.
it's random. I've driven by it. Once you pass it, and then you pass Topeka, there's nothing. The entire state looks like the background of like a Windows like 4
XP.
or whatever it is,
Windows
or
XP.
whatever it is, like the background
was
of that.
it called Bliss? I think is
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
The little
But
hill.
that's just kind of what it looks. The whole state looks like that once you pass the track.
Fun fact
And it's
about that image. Did you know that image is the most seen photo in the history of the world?
I'm sure.
Yeah,
That's
That's
not even
crazy.
surprising.
Yeah,
But
the Windows XP.
I know you
desktop.
but
feel good about
it's
computers,
funny
and that's
because
gonna
like
make
I was
you-
on a trip
Why are
to
you
help a
touching them
buddy.
like that?
I don't know. That was a little.
I was on a trip
Don't stop.
a few years ago.
Bro, DJ come out with these out of the corner, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Jeff.
I was just gonna say
the trip.
I was on a trip a few years ago with my friend to help him move to Colorado, and we were passing Kansas during Kansas. It was Kansas race weekend.
You didn't stop.
Well, I was driving to Colorado. I was
would've
busy.
stopped. It's 4 hours.
Anyway, so we drive past the track, and then I'm like, oh, like cool, there's the track, whatever, and we drive by it, and then we see like the basically that image.
Yeah.
You drive by it, and you're like, oh, this is really cool, very different. Being from Florida, like you don't see like anything that far,
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
No, I feel
And
you.
then I just remember like my buddy was driving and I took a nap in the passenger seat and I woke up like 3 hours later and I woke up and it was the same. Everything was the same. Like it looked like we hadn't even moved anywhere. And like it looked like the sun hadn't even moved and I was like, dang, this is crazy. But yeah, Kansas is like the most random state to have a track in the first place. And then it's also the most random place for it to be a good race.
I
Like,
appreciate
right?
you. He said
It's
he would have
just-
stopped.
Yeah, I mean, look, man.
Yeah.
And he knows.
When we used to go on
if
road
I was
trips to like
driving, I would.
Tennessee, I would ask my dad to drive 2.5 hours out of the way so we could just drive by Talladega.
Worth it.
Wow.
My dad was like, absolutely not.
But it was.
Your dad would look at me like, no.
But every year,
Probably.
I would say since the podcast started, I feel like Kansas has been a good race every year.
Really, since the next gen.
Probably. Well,
Same
yeah.
thing.
Same,
Yeah,
same
I mean,
thing. I
pretty
guess,
close.
Yeah. But like, it's just always been a solid race.
This
I've
is an
always liked
unfortunate
it.
correlation
Yeah,
with
right.
the history of our podcast forever.
I don't know about that.
We were tied
only
forever
talked
with
about
Gen
Penske
7.
Wait, did we
champions.
start? Did we? I
We
thought
started,
we started.
a year or two after.
I was gonna say I
I
wasn't
wanna
sure if we
quit.
started like last year of Gen 6 or not. I don't remember.
Oh no! We were definitely next gen.
No, we were first year next gen.
Was it first or second year next gen?
This is third year, right?
Oh, this is our third.
this fourth?
podcast. This is our third. I thought it
Joey,
was.
Blaney, Joey. 3 years next gen.
Third year. Oh
Third.
no, this is the fourth year. Yeah,
Chase.
yeah, yeah.
Oh no, yeah, because Chase was the last one, right?
Oh.
And then 6. Chase was the last one in Gen 6, right?
No, 2021
2020 was Chase.
Larson. 2020 was,
Larson, we were there.
yeah, so 2020 was
me and,
Elliott.
me and the wifey.
2021 was Larson. Then it went Logano, Blaney, Logano.
Okay.
2,
Okay.
3, 4.
Is this our
Yeah.
third or fourth year?
Third year. We're in year 3
We're
right
in year
now.
3
Oh,
of the
cool.
podcast.
All right.
So
what's up?
dang, it's all
Feels
been
like an eternity.
next gen.
Pretty close. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's all been
Okay,
next
so
gen.
I'll
That's
say my
crazy.
rating since no one asked.
I was waiting for you to talk.
Oh
but
yeah, y'all
Jeff
wouldn't-
rambles.
Y'all
you know.
wouldn't stop talking.
Dang.
Well,
y'all.
I was,
I'm
This
gonna
is
give
the
it-
person who talks the most.
Trying to make a living and doing the best.
I'm gonna
he
give it
can.
a checker.
No,
Yeah.
really?
Oh, man.
No, I mean to me it was
Get
great.
this guy out of here.
Yeah, it was great.
Top
The only
tier.
thing that would have made it better would have been Chastain.
Well, then
Winning.
it's not a checker.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
That's the rule.
No, I really did think it was perfect.
It
You
was
just
a good
hit
race.
No, I mean
James
because like
Blaze
if you're
button.
going to, jeez,
Found
if
the
you're
glasses.
going to the
Look
only,
what you did.
I know
You did this.
I thought we were
I
all
couldn't
like
help it.
friends and on the same page. I
We're not
realized
friends.
we're not.
No,
colleagues.
Now I gotta hide my emotions.
Are Joey and Ryan Blaney friends?
Probably not.
Like-
Not the way they
I'm not
race
gonna
each
say
other today.
Anyway, yeah, so I'd say checkered. I think it had everything. I mean, I think it was summed up pretty well in the chat. I mean, it had a little bit of everything. You had the strategy, tire fall off, hard to drive. They were flying. I mean, at one point I saw Denny Hamlin was doing like 196 in the pack. So I mean, they're flying. You ended up like I think someone said another 10 laps. Yeah, just a tad longer to just make that flip ended up happening would have probably upset the fruit basket and made it a really interesting ending. But yeah, otherwise, I mean,
I'd rather you say checkered flag than say like yellow. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I'd be more upset if you said
no,
like
I don't see
yellow
how you
or
could say
below.
yellow.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't think it's a checkered flag, but you know, I
No,
think
it was to me. It was.
you know.
I would like Jake said, don't change anything. It's good. Like, don't touch it.
It's good. We need good, clean, like just.
if
legit-
you were
we need
thinking,
legitimacy.
if
And
you were
this
thinking,
race
bro,
provided
that's
that.
the word.
good point.
This race provides legitimacy.
Yes.
Like as much as
It's
I would
also a
have
good way
like
to walk into
I know
All-Star weekend. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
now you got a week off, no points, just All-Star fun and games,
Yeah.
whatever. Win your million. That kind of means nothing right now. But it's still nice. It's nice to be like, okay, legitimate
Yeah.
race. Let's move forward.
Yeah.
You know,
like as much as I would have loved, I mean, because we were talking when we were out there finishing the race, it's like as much as I would have liked chaos at the end there, you know,
I get it.
this was like the most legitimate win in a while. So
In
it was kind
the
of nice.
so far in the chat, if you guys haven't voted, let us go ahead and vote in the poll. But the green flag is winning by 55%. Checkered is
Yeah.
36, and then there's like must be one person that said yellow. I don't know who you are, but you're a monster.
help yourself.
Bro, you know, I mean,
Actually, well, hold on.
They're like
Checkered just
chaos.
went up a little bit, so I guess more people are agreeing with me.
I like chaos. I added a checker. for no reason.
Oh,
It was
okay.
actually an accident. I was trying to hit green.
This guy.
Did we
That's
talk
funny.
about
Freaking sausage thumbs over here.
you somebody brought it up, but did we talk about the All-Star race?
No.
This
How
year?
about the Rung What You Brung?
Yeah, we did last
We
week.
did.
We
Yeah.
did last
Yeah.
week. Okay.
Oh.
I try to remember when that Denny Hamlin podcast came out and
2 weeks.
all
I
the
think.
different things.
Well, we missed
I thought you
it.
were talking about this
We
week.
missed it the first week it came out, but
But
then
we covered it
everyone-
last week,
Yeah,
right?
we covered
Yeah.
it last
All
week
right, all right.
because there's a
We're
lot
good.
more information about it.
if you
Yeah.
want to know all the details on it,
It'll
tune
be
into
fun.
last week's
It'll be good.
episode.
All right. Do we want to do a top 10 rundown?
I think we can touch it real quick.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll take long. Larson obviously wins, dominating fashion, wins stage 1 and 2, ends up winning the
It's
race.
a sweep. I feel like it's been a while since we had a good sweep.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, that would have been a stat to look up. When was the last sweep?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey
couldn't tell
Siri,
you.
when was the last sweep in a NASCAR race?
Christopher Bell gets second.
Yep, Seabell gets second, and he almost, man, I'm like we were saying in the chat, a few more laps. He
I don't even
probably was
think
gonna
he.
get it.
I don't even think he needed another lap. I think he would have had him in the next set of corners.
I was gonna say that's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
he was
like based
flying
off
up
of what
on
he
him.
was looking like. They said Larson had slowed down quite a bit. He looked like it,
Yeah.
and you see Bell kind of coming around. And I mean, I think he probably would have gotten him either out of turn 2 going into the backstretch.
Yeah.
That would have been my call. I think he would have had him in that turn.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too.
You know.
Yeah, he had the. I
Um,
mean, Bell was kind of saying he's like, I was just as loose as him, but I wasn't looking like
Well,
him.
the only thing is like
I don't know, you
was
look pretty
Larson what was Larson like? You got it in the bag. You can might as well.
Yep.
You're 2 seconds ahead.
yeah,
Like you're fine.
yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
Blaney gets P3, which I think is a great finish for Blaney. He's had some really unfortunate luck
Yes.
the last few weeks, so hey, good for him to rally back.
He was
also,
pretty solid all day.
top Ford, so that's good to know. I mean,
Yep.
for being the only Penske driver not with a win yet, that's great momentum. Chase Briscoe, the sleeper, P4, great for him.
Solid all day.
Yeah, honestly, in practice and qualifying, not someone I would expect to have a top 5. Started 19th. Like, what? Bowman, top 5.
To me, Bowman is now the definition of a sleeper. No one talks about him. No one brings him up. But I mean, like, top 5.
Yeah, yeah.
Solid day.
Started 21st, got a ton of points, 41 points for the day, which is great. He's just a bad qualifying run, but I mean, he had the long run speed, which is what you needed in the end of this. Josh Berry had a great race.
Dude,
I mean, how could you?
he is showing up in that 21
Yeah, really happy for Josh Berry.
Yeah, that's the best that 21's looked in probably the last like.
decade.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
5, but then I'm like, you know what?
Even-
Probably more
I mean,
like 10.
I won't say
Blaney-
decade because Blaney was
Blaney was good,
Blaney
but
was
I don't
pretty
think
good.
it was
I
big.
don't know
I
that
don't think
he's-
Blaney was.
Blaney won
He won a
Pocono
couple,
for
but
sure.
is
He
he
won Pocono,
running?
That was it.
But did
All right, so
Blaney
they're
run
tied.
consistency like that? Like
Yeah.
top 10 though?
Yeah,
I just
that's
don't
what I mean.
remember. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
After
that's
Josh,
cool.
Ryan?
also Josh Berry started 38th,
Jeez.
dead last.
Wow.
That's
Came back
really
for
impressive.
Yeah.
6th place finish. Crazy.
That's a
Um,
sleeper.
Then you had the RFK twins here, the survivors, Ryan Priest and Busher. Again, Priest
Ryan
started
Priest.
30th, comes back, gets a 7th. After Busher in 8th, we got Joey Logano 9th, pretty average for Logano, and then John Hunter Nemechek got a top 10.
That is, I think, Logano's only second top 10
Yeah.
of the year.
He's on a hot streak. Put your
Watch
bets
out,
in.
your
Put
your
your bets in.
champion. Your champion now has 2 top 10s.
Honestly, he could win next week.
I
too.
may not have picked Larson fantasy league this week, but I did have Joey Logano in the one time he got a top 10. So
There you go.
I'll take it.
I
Well,
mean,
the only
he
other-
started 5th.
the only
and
other top
finished
10 he
9th, so
won.
it was a net
Yeah.
loss, but whatever.
Hey, Joey Logano, 2 top 10s in a row.
Yeah.
Way to put it together,
More than
2024
Brad.
champions.
So anyway, that's your top 10 rundown.
This is like
about it.
the way this is going. Joey Logano is probably going to win the championship this year. This is exactly how it's
he
going.
can't win. He can't win it this year.
All right, so
It's
just
an
real
odd number
quick, I want
year.
to back this up because I did ask ChatGPT
Yeah.
because Siri let me down. Who was the last driver to win both stages and the race win? Both answers were absolutely false.
Dude, Yinny's in the chat throwing heat, man. Like,
Hold
when
on,
you really think
hold
about
on,
it,
we'll get to it. Hold on. I got to tell you this. So the first one it says is Christopher Bell, 2025, and Better Health 400 in Atlanta. So this year, he won stage 1 and stage 2. That's absolutely not true. I looked that up. It is Josh Berry and Kyle Larson won stage 1 and stage 2. And Christopher Bell won barely across the line. But it goes on to say like he won that race in dominating fashion, leading most laps. I'm like, I don't
I
know.
don't know about that.
This is the other one. It said I literally typed in the same thing twice because I was like, Surely it misunderstood me. So I just typed it in again. It gave me a completely different answer.
That's the definition of insanity.
2024 Nashville.
Oh,
Christopher Bell led all laps.
that's not true.
Stage 1, stage 2,
Yeah.
and won over multiple overtimes over Joey Logano.
Definitely not true.
Wow.
What alternate reality is ChatGPT living in right now?
Why is it both Bell?
I don't
You
know.
got 40 other drivers to choose from. Pick someone
That's
else.
funny, bro.
Right?
Oh, but it says he won the race, and in the next paragraph, it's like even though he won stage 1 and 2 and stage 3, the final segment, he did wreck before the end of the race.
Wait, he won stage 3, but he wrecked before
know, bro.
How do you win stage 3 and wreck?
ChatGPT and NASCAR, like we got a long way to go.
Gotta use
So
Gronk.
in
That's
long
funny.
Yeah, we need Gronk.
in the long run, don't trust AI. That's
Anyways,
what
I
we're
just
saying.
thought the discrepancies in the stories were just.
That's funny.
How do you win stage 3 and wreck before the final laps?
All right, so let's talk real quick about.
Real quick, because I
No,
want
go
to
ahead,
point this
go
out because
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was crazy. Like, Yini said that Josh Berry might be the number 2 Penske driver when you really think about it, and I'm like, I don't know.
All right. I'll challenge the chat. Who's number 1?
I think I know.
Is it Logano or Cindric?
It's Cindric.
Blaney's won nothing.
It's Cindric because his dad is one of the executives.
All right, easy. He
Oh.
retired.
Hey, man.
I'd still say it's
Hey,
Logano.
it's-
I think Logano brings in way more money than the others.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Sorry.
I think.
Three-time
I mean,
champ.
if you're ranking them, like who's better right now, yeah, it's
He
Blaney.
brings in
So
way more
can
money.
we
But-
talk about this? Because like I feel like we're far enough in the season to like, have this conversation. Is the car better? Is the 21 better? Are the Wood Brothers better this year, or is it the driver? The reason why I say this, and there's a legitimate debate here, because Harrison Burton in the Xfinity Series had
Was
some good years. I mean, good. Multiple wins, constant champion.
How's he doing now?
Brett, like, you know what I mean? He's not a great rider. Who's he with now?
25.
The 25.
Nah, he's
which
not
is-
a good rider right now.
Yeah.
Viking or something like that.
It was the same one Haley Deegan was in. If that
And
means
Matt
anything.
Benedetto, whose both their careers disappeared.
Wasn't
into
that the one that
sunset.
Logano got in there and then the crew chief was like, I don't know how to fix
Yes.
if you're fighting it
Yes.
being tight.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
It was
At
in Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
Logano's like, the car's tight, and the crew chief's like, I don't know
I'm
how
gonna
to
be
fix
honest. I don't know how to fix that.
that. So, I mean, if that's any consolation, it's probably not the best judge of talent.
I would just try something before I said that on the radio. Like,
right? Or at least lean to your crew guys. Anyone got any ideas down there?
All right,
don't
we're going to
know.
move the
It's-
track bar 2 rounds. I'm not going to say which direction. We're going to say that off the radio to make sure I get paid this week. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I'm
weird.
assume that guy with the track bar wrench is going to know
No,
which way
direction.
loose is.
It's weird because like since,
Righty, tighty, lefty,
since-
loosey. Come on,
Yeah.
guys. We're not dumb here.
If it's
I am
not that, I'll
tight.
be so disappointed in
You
NASCAR
go
forever.
one turn right, one turn left. Perfect. Keep her going.
Bro, I remember the first time, like, we were, like, putting the springs and everything on, and we're, like, helping, like, set up the rear end.
Yeah.
And Mario's like, all right, we got to, like, get it set to 0, da, da, da. He's like, I need 40 turns to the right. I was like, bro, what? I've never heard this on a pit stop. He's like, no, we got to get it all the way, like, zeroed out. 40 turns, bro. I was like, okay. The first 20's not bad. You get that last 20, you're like, I'm tired. Dude, you start compressing that spring. You are
That's
dying.
funny.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
No fun.
going back
Give
to
it 40 turns and then go down 22.
No.
Can we just do 18? Is that not a thing?
but going back to your question, like I don't really know like which it is really. It's hard to kind of gauge now that like the next gen car is set up the way it is as like a kit car, because it's like, well, if you have a better team and more money and like that, yes, that's gonna help, and yes, it's gonna help like your maybe how you cheat or how you tune the car or whatever you do.
How you cheat?
They don't
Just-
cheat
Come
in
on,
this
bro.
sport.
or whatever
Come
you
on.
do, whatever you do to
Innovate.
make the car
Innovate.
better, like whatever you can
How you
do
innovate?
to make a kit car better. Like, but I kind of feel like in this car, it has a little bit more to do with the driver. I would say probably it's like 25 to 30% driver and maybe the rest car. Like, I think it is a little bit more, you know,
Yeah.
just because it's like, since the cars are kit cars and are a little bit more similar to each other, then it's like the driver or the way it's being driven or the way it's being pushed, or like what we were talking about earlier, where it's like a lower end team, like they're definitely getting the most out of their car, like with Ricky Stenhouse.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, is it, you know, because the car is good or because the team's good, or is it because Ricky Stenhouse has been in Cup for a long time and, you know, can
It's probably that.
get the most out of his car? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Who
knows?
I
I
think
don't
there's a little bit of both, personally, just because I think Harrison Burton winning took a team that was running in the low 20s at best, high 30s or low 30s rather.
High
And
30s.
they
You
got
were right the first
sorry,
time.
whatever. They
They were 38th.
whatever. So anyway, they went from that to now they are 16th. Well, their payouts better, so now they're able to afford better people, better personnel, better equipment, whatever. So I think in that sense they may be a little bit more competitive in that sense, because if you remember, the same thing happened with Trackhouse. Ross went all the way to the top 4, and they did really good the next year as far as consistency. They were running really solid. When they came back and they didn't make the playoffs, they fell back a little bit.
But then also, like, I mean, just
But I also think Barry's back.
as people though too, like, you know, Josh Berry's a lot older than Harrison Burton. You know, he's been racing.
He's been racing a lot,
even though
time.
not in NASCAR per se, but like
But
late
still.
models and doing all that kind of stuff. He's been around racing for a long time. So it's kind of one of those, it could be a maturity thing in that sense where, you know, I don't know. That's kind of the way
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. I mean, if you're a mature driver, you're going to make better decisions. So,
You
I don't
hope.
know.
You
So-
hope.
Yeah.
The chat asked us to ask ChatGPT for setups for Kansas. I got it, boys.
Oh man.
Try it on iRacing first.
Now, actually, I did this and it actually
Really?
I
It
wasn't
really
going to
worked.
say anything about it
I
because
thought,
Kuzman put me onto this.
I thought about doing that a while ago, and I was like, I wonder if
Kuzman's a
that's accurate.
genius.
It worked. The
Really?
first time I tried it, it did work.
Really? Second time?
I haven't tried it yet,
Oh.
but I can tell you this is going to be dead wrong.
Oh, okay.
Front right height 2 inches. I don't know exactly what it means. Rear right height 3 inches. No,
Nope.
you want the nose in the air and the rear down low. So that car's gonna be terrible.
Blow away.
But I gave ChatGPT. I was like, I need to know exactly how to set up my car for Kansas Gen 7 NASCAR Cup Series. They're like, you want to run the 4-inch spoiler. I'm like, well, one, that's really not optional. And the next one is like, use stiffer springs to enhance responsiveness. I'm like, all right. So then I like, so he gave me a bunch of generic stuff. I was like, I need specifics. Bro, he gave me a whole thing. Left camera needs to be 3 degrees in the left front,
Sounds good.
plus 3 degrees.
Don't know what that
Right
means.
front,
Let's do it.
minus 3.5. That actually might be pretty.
That might be okay.
Try
Pretty
that.
close.
I'd throw that in the sim.
We're cooking. We got a recipe.
I'm
It
sensing.
did stay consistent to the spoiler. Has to remain 4 inches.
You know what? I
Cut
have
the
Ooh,
Jake on
ooh.
iRacing.
It's spicy on this tire pressure. All right, now this is pretty close. The Cup teams were setting up around 21, 22 on the left side was kind of their minimum.
Yeah.
It's telling me to go 20. On the
Yeah.
right side, they were going in
Was
the
there
low
40?
50s.
I thought Larry
I
Mack
saw
said
that.
like it was like 45 or 47 on the rides.
No, I heard lower today.
Oh, okay, maybe I probably
Could
heard
be.
that wrong.
But like that tire pressure got me like, hey,
Oh,
It's got
Jake,
some things right.
Jake, you got a
Alright.
compliment.
yeah. Appreciate you, boy. It's Mother's Day. Tell your mom that. Come on. You can tell me on whatever June
Fun
16th
fact:
or whatever it
this
is.
is a good point. This is a good point to mention that he could tell that to his mom, because if you didn't see, we did have a all girls takeover for Mother's Day.
Man, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun being in here.
Yeah.
I was recording the whole thing. It was fun.
I knew to stay home. I was like,
Bro,
I don't need to
can
show
I
up.
just
I don't need to show up with two
all
more
the kids showed up.
that
and
was
it's yours.
hilarious.
Jake had to watch the kids. That was great.
It was
Jake-
a bunch of kids.
Jake and Jeff.
Good DJ's like, oh, I gotta go down and make sure everything's okay. I was like, Dad, I've known you for a long time. I was like, I know that's not the full truth.
No,
but
that
I got
was.
you.
No, that really was.
I know.
Because we.
I'm playing.
I don't
That
know
was
if-
fun.
because
Man,
of
you
the-
say you could
with
run
the-
this remotely all the time. That's crazy.
Yeah, not with.
DJ's like, oh, you want to record something? Just let me know. I'll just do it from my house.
I could, but that's
Well-
only if I have three. But I had 3 cameras, so there was a little bit more that we were trying this time. So yeah,
Nah,
so if
that
you guys
was,
didn't get a chance, check it out.
That was fun. The girls
Definitely.
wanted to do it. I mean, we've said forever that
We're gonna at least do another one.
Here for the Speed goes beyond just us. It's just the idea. You know, it's all of us loving racing, loving hanging out, loving a good party, loving being together. And, you know, that goes beyond just the four of us and our wives and our kids and all that. I mean, I would love to even
Do a kids
have
podcast.
all the kids in here and just talk about whatever. I mean,
Elliot was trying to sneak around the corner.
I know. I
and then
seen
he-
his hand sticking out. But, yeah, nah, man, it's cool.
It was
Super,
cool.
super
It was
we had
cool.
my mom on, which is cool because my mom got. It's funny. My mom told me, she's like, I don't have that many racing stories. I was like, dude, you got stories for days. I'm still working on building my catalog of stories. And then so apparently I haven't got a chance to listen to it yet.
Yes.
But I heard she definitely dropped some good ones, and apparently like why I'm a Jeff Gordon fan.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the most,
I won't
was
spoil
the-
it.
It was the most Jake answer ever.
It was 100%.
It makes total
from
sense.
what I've heard, I refute this answer.
It aligns with
Everything.
how he is today.
Everything. Everything.
All right.
Yep, definitely go and watch it. I won't spoil that for you, but it's a lot of fun. We've already got at least one other one in the can, so to speak.
Yep.
So there's going to be at least another one coming
Might
probably
be
in the
a
next
kind of
couple
a
weeks.
semi-regular thing.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're not sure. We're still trying to figure out the identity for
We'll see how
that
it
show a
does.
little bit. But
If
it's,
you like it, if you guys want to see it, show your wives, show your
Definitely-
moms, show your family members.
it's definitely
like it.
focused
like it.
towards the wives and,
Oh,
and the
100%.
women in the sport. It's not us.
No.
They're a lot more refined than we are.
You're really selling it, DJ.
No, it's
It's a different
it's
perspective.
It's a different way to look at it.
Look, bro, I didn't want to go meet Austin Dillon's wife and some of these other people's, Kyle Busch's wife and all that.
Samantha,
but
yeah.
Lindsay did, my wife, and we went, and I'll tell you, there is a bunch of people.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, it is a
true.
crowd.
Yeah.
It is a crowd like a Cup driver was there. So, anyways.
So Kuzman's clearly seen it. The Kodiak Pontiac was a sweet scheme. Yep, that's referenced in there too.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't seen it, just
Oh,
go.
I see. I haven't seen that.
You guys, I
gotta watch this
Your mom
episode,
talks
man.
about it. Anyway, all right, let's talk about trucks.
Trucks was the best race all weekend. I will put a stamp on that. It was phenomenal.
It was
That
pretty
was a
good.
good race.
It was checker
good
all
race.
day.
Were you a little
And it was
jaded
at
though?
night.
Was it a little jaded because of your driver won?
It was more stressful. Like
That
honestly,
was.
okay. So
No, this is
quick
how it always
context
goes
here.
between me and
That
Matt.
is true.
This is really dumb.
We were playing.
Can I say, me and Matt only get to pick each driver once per
I'm
year,
so happy you
and
wasted
we
it.
pick the winner of the Xfinity and truck race 50% of the time,
Easily.
and we can only pick once per year,
Yeah. So like whoever you pick this week, I can't pick them the rest of the year.
which means
Like, you
me
gotta
and
get
Matt's
your win.
drivers come down to racing each other hard,
Yep.
typically for a win. My driver was Lane Riggs. Matt had
Carson
Carson
Hocevar.
Hocevar.
Because I knew
I was
you couldn't pick Hocevar, so I picked Hocevar just out of spite. And I was like, haha, you can't pick him. I'm
I
gonna pick
wanted
him.
him so
Jake gets
bad.
more gets more upset over this league than our actual like.
No,
Yes,
this
this
is
is
the only
cutthroat.
league that matters.
This is actually cutthroat.
Because
So-
it's close. We've always been within a couple points.
If I picked any other driver, it was a wash. I mean, granted, Riggs actually got disqualified, and that would have counted. But like, if he didn't get disqualified, like it would have been a wash. Like I actually picked the one driver who was comparable to win, and
Yeah.
you picked the true truck driver to win. Like it's just crazy. Like I could have picked Byron. I could have picked a hand of other guys.
yeah,
But like, it's
No, he
just
was the
weird
pick.
how it always.
he
So
was
like,
the guy.
I can't pick Hocevar for the rest of the year. You can't pick Riggs for the rest of the year.
Yep.
But I haven't picked Riggs yet. So it's like I can still pick Riggs.
So it's
So-
just funny. So like because we do a combined score. I mean, there's other podcasts that kind of do something similar. I do we do a combined score of Xfinity and trucks.
Yes.
It's hilarious because I am running out of like good truck drivers, and I have lost so hard in trucks.
Yes.
Matt is running out of good Xfinity drivers.
I suck at Xfinity.
I have saved all my JRM guys. I haven't used anybody from Joe Gibbs.
Dang.
You picked,
And I'm
so-
over here winning like
Dang.
every week in Xfinity, bro.
So we did something stupid where you picked Justin Allgaier when he got his win. Remember, you're like,
No, I haven't yet.
no, I thought you did.
No. Saving him for concrete.
Maybe okay, so maybe like Justin
Dover.
Allgaier won a race, and then I picked him the next week. DNFs. I'm like, well, that sucks. So I can't pick Allgaier the rest of the year. Like that is a guaranteed win. That's out the door. I did
we
the same
should go
thing.
through and like read some of these
I did the
results.
same thing with Eric Almirola. Lost that win.
Yeah.
I can't pick him again, which is like that's a guaranteed win.
And then,
He's gotta
of
be
course, he's
running.
picking Amaral. I'm like, I'm sandbagging.
Yeah.
Who's
Jack
running?
You're
Whatever.
picking like Jack
Like,
Wood.
whatever.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Brandon Jones.
Yeah, like,
I don't know.
It's just crazy how I play that. So ending this week, I'm at 13 points. You're at 12. So I took the lead.
He did take the lead.
Yep. I've been down for like.
But we
3
ran
weeks.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Well,
It was just
post DQ.
It was just really funny because when we
Or
were
actually,
watching the
pre-DQ,
race,
we ran 1 and 2.
we were down at the barn playing darts,
Chop.
whatever you want to call it. I don't know. And we were playing darts, and he had it on his phone, and it got to the end of the race, and obviously the end of the race happened, and Jake was just like, every week in trucks, man.
Every week. And then it didn't help that your boy Carson Hosevar, who I like, flips Lane Riggs off
Gives him the bird.
the
the
rest
whole
of the way around the track, bro.
half a lap just out the window giving him the
Every
bird.
week in trucks, man.
Bro,
Honestly,
that
I
was
lucked
good.
out because you probably would have took the lead if Xfinity's ran. Because I
Yeti,
would have won at trucks, but you would have won Xfinity.
This is a Jake and Matt league only because me and Matt pretty much, unless we have some prior commitment, watch every single Xfinity and truck race together.
It is so dumb. I
There
can't
was a
believe it.
time we made the local liquor store a bunch of money because we would drink a bottle of whiskey every Friday night
Yeah.
and
Good
then every
times.
Saturday afternoon.
Don't remember the finishes, but they were great races.
It's funny.
But
you
no,
guys-
Oddly enough, it was very close every year.
So, long story short, with the trucks, I know we're going to kind of wrap that up, but I've noticed a difference in the league.
You are a big proponent of this.
It's changed. The truck series has completely changed. They can run 3 wide without wrecking. There's not random debris cautions anymore. You still get those like out of like, oh, this rookie driver missed the turn, but it's a better race now.
it makes sense.
It's hard to
It's
feel bad,
more-
like because you have like things like the Kyle Larson, goes it in there at Homestead, gets loose, loses it, caution, but then comes back and wins the race. You're like, is that caution really that bad? He came back and won the race.
Right.
I feel like you have some events that are happening that are like diluting is not the right word, but like taking some of like the impact and just the silliness of it away.
Mm-hmm.
To where the racing and as a whole, the racing is just a lot better.
It's a lot better. It's a
The
lot
truck
better
race
than what
is
it used to be.
pretty like I've actually heard this for a few times on social media. Like the truck series might be the best series this year.
It's definitely coming back.
It's kind of
I think,
slapping.
yeah, it's pretty close this year.
you
This
didn't,
year,
you didn't have the
specifically.
chaos at Martinsville. I mean, there was some chaos, but it wasn't the total chaos of the Xfinity race where you wad up half the field coming to the checkered flag.
Thanks, Austin Hill.
Man, it's just the truck.
I
I
mean-
just think the truck race it's
No,
a lot
I'm with you.
better. It's shorter races. They run them typically at night. The
Friday
only-
nights are the
The
best.
Friday night,
only
it's kind of like
downside
Friday
is
night
it
high
is
school
fucked.
football.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Nothing to me is better than coming home, getting my kids to sleep. My
Dinner
wife,
done,
my wife,
everything
my wife has
done.
to either work or she opens the next morning, so she's asleep or at work. So
Yeah.
I'm just by myself, having a little whiskey, watching the
Yeah.
night race on Friday in the trucks. That's a good night.
It's been fun. We've been doing it every
only
night this
downside
week.
is the
We-
booth.
I mean, we've only. Oh, well, I don't want to talk about that.
The only downside is the booth, but they're trying to save it with more like Logano's and Brad. I think Brad was in it this week.
It was a
it
lot
was
better
bad.
this week.
It was great. It was great with Brad.
Okay, I have a
Let's go.
huge pet peeve, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this. And I think this is my theory.
Kuzman, very
See,
heavily.
night racing. I agree.
He's
Night racing.
very heavily pushing his night racing.
So here,
Campaign.
I hate the phrase. There's action all over the track. Am I the
I
only
agree.
one that's on that? Because
I agree if you don't, but if you don't show it,
No, because I think that is the cue from the people, the commentators that
go to commercial.
no,
Oh.
Nothing's happening.
find me something to
Your
talk
box,
about.
Yeah.
So I
We're out
feel
of
there's
words.
action all over that track. So I hate it because I'm just like, there's action all over that track.
On the
Cool.
production
Because right now
element.
I don't see it. So
There's
I
action all
think-
over the track. You're begging for production team to help you out.
Yes.
That's
Show us
what I think.
something.
Ooh, I mean, you bring a really good point there.
That's what I think.
Why not? I'm sure they got code words for stuff like that.
I think
I wouldn't be
you know.
surprised.
So we, I'm pretty sure you watch Out of the Groove. I think you watch some Out of the Groove.
I
You-
hear there.
So
I still
I'm
watch
not on
Eric.
YouTube that much.
I like
believe
Eric.
it or not.
His content's great. We're not that everyday
News,
content
yeah,
that
kinda.
he is. He does a great job. I would highly recommend that you guys follow him on YouTube.
He's pretty
and check
clicked
him
in
out.
too.
Yeah, and a super cool guy. I've met him a bunch
Yeah.
at the racetrack. Super cool guy.
Is he as
Way
tall?
miss him.
He's
Way
like super
tall.
tall, isn't he?
Yeah, I feel like I'm tall until I.
He's like what is it, 6'7", 6'8" or something?
Yeah.
6'6" minimum.
Yeah, jeez. Okay.
You can always
Anyway,
find
so
Eric.
he talked about and he described it the best way. was as long as the truck race doesn't take me out of the race, then it's okay. And I'm like, that's what it is. The problem is the booth in the truck series takes you out of the race. They say something
that's fair.
radically
That's totally-
wrong.
yeah, that's rare.
Something that's, huh?
That's fair.
Yeah, it just takes. They say something
haven't
so
looked at it like
wrong
that.
that you're like,
What are we talking about?
and it takes you out of like
The
out of
excitement.
that battle.
Yeah.
Like instead of like, just talking about that race, and maybe it's not the best call in the whole world, but you don't say something so wrong, say a driver name that's totally wrong, like, and that's a problem. And I've told y'all forever, and I don't even honestly, I really don't care. I love Jamie Little on pit road. I have been like a proponent of her forever on pit road. She is not good where she's at.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years. It's not going good. Fox needs to save her before the fans completely destroy her.
Yeah.
She's not
I was-
getting any better.
I was going to say specifically her and Michael together don't make sense.
I'm just reading this comment.
Sorry.
It's pretty spicy.
Jeez.
Wow.
Ooh.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean,
I
yeah.
mean, Yenny is definitely right on this comment. He says
Yeah.
Fox Sport is the worst network I've ever watched that has ever covered sports. I can't really speak really to a whole lot of other sports because I'm not as tuned in as I am with NASCAR because it's pretty much the only real sport that I really follow.
I can tell you on the basketball
not
side.
just NASCAR, but
Yeah.
racing. And
Yeah, it's not great when
I
I watch the Magic games either.
they're doing
Ba-
a pretty,
Do they
but
do
they,
baseball?
but they're doing a pretty good
it's
job
not,
with IndyCar.
It's not Fox anymore.
Well,
The last few years,
yeah.
few years ago, it was, and it was definitely worse than.
Well,
it
I
is
know
now.
it's not. I know it's not this past
Sorry,
year.
sorry,
but,
yeah,
you
but
know.
yeah.
What do you think
Yeah.
about the IndyCar stuff? Now, IndyCar ain't been doing them no favors. The racing has not been that good.
I think they
It's
have
been
better
okay,
commentators.
but it's not been that
I was
great.
gonna say the commentators.
The commentators
are, much
are
better.
good.
They lost Lee Duffy. That was
huge.
painful.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't care what anybody says. I think Lee Diffie's great.
Bro.
Yeah, he's great.
What did I say? Diffie.
Yeah, Lee Diffie's awesome.
Sorry.
But
He's great.
Oh, I don't. All the people that are giving him crap and stuff like that for his voice and his accent and stuff.
Being across the pond.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
whatever.
The funniest part to me is like, where we got this Brit? And it's like, dude, the guy's he's an American citizen. Like
I
he
will
he
say
lives
he's
in
amazing.
South or North
I will
Carolina.
say objectively though, like maybe I could be wrong, but it's been a minute since NFL season's been on. But I don't think I see this many commercials during an NFL game. And if I do, then it's
I
at
feel
least
like this
justified.
is apples and oranges, though. You can't
I know, I know it's
compare-
apples and oranges, but it's just like
The Talladega.
I
the-
don't
the
see
Tal-
them. I don't see like an important play going down and then
In
like
side
cut
by
the
side?
commercial.
Yeah.
Or
The-
inside by
the-
side. Or
I
something like
do
that. It's just
appreciate.
20
the
seconds ago,
more-
side by
they're
side.
on the 5-yard line and we go, oh, we're gonna go side by side.
I mean,
found
but
it.
this is the thing. Like, we got to be fair. I mean, the TV company said they make less money on side by side commercials. So if we're gonna demand and we're all gonna want side by sides, we have to be okay with more side by sides. Now
Mhm.
you're gonna go side by side with 12 to go, and then side by side again with like 9 or 8 to go.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, hell no. You don't tell me you front load the first half of the race just to do that at the end. Like that, you know what I mean? Like, but we have to be like, what do I mean, I don't know.
I want us to be like F1.
Well, then the
I
race
want
has
no
got to be
commercials.
shorter.
Oh, you mean the
Just no
broadcast?
commercial.
You want
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
race to be a third of the length?
I'm not
No.
gonna lie. You know how
No.
you fix
I
our
don't know, I just don't
broadcast.
like commercials.
I mean, I said this towards the end of this race. Like, I'm not ready for this to end. This race. Is
I don't
good.
want half my time sitting
Should
there
be a 500.
watching, trying to watch this race, hearing about side effects from some drugs. Like, I
Well.
don't like.
Oh, you weren't
Brony's
on last
disease.
week.
the
I wasn't.
Pyronies.
I wasn't.
Last week got out of control
Yeah.
on the commercial.
No, I think if you take the,
Either the gist of it was you can't get it up, or you're just turning to the left.
Oh, is it the commercial with the carrot?
yes,
Yeah.
that's one of them.
I was gonna
There's
say
more
that-
than
that-
one.
That's been on for a minute. They keep showing that one.
This is one with a bunch of guys at a barbecue, and a guy's just like, "Yeah, you know about Peyronie's disease?"
Oh, y'all way more. I can't even tell you what is going on. with this.
General barbecue talk.
yeah, because that's what I think of when I go to a barbecue. Like,
That brought's a little crooked.
Isn't Peroni the name of a beer or something similar to that?
oh boy,
Yeah,
It's like some
it's like
gross
a French
Italian
one.
beer,
Yeah,
or like-
Italian something like. Yeah, I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
I want to
Oh,
say
jeez.
Presidente, but it's not. It's
No,
it's,
no,
it's,
Oh,
something
it's like
like
Presidente.
Peroni or something like
yeah.
that.
all right.
Anyway,
So,
Anyway, that's truck race.
all
Thought it
right.
was
I would
great.
say we barely talked about details in it, but yeah,
I will tell you for the next 7 years, this is what we're gonna have.
yeah.
Brony's disease. What are you talking about? You talking about side by side?
I'm sorry. Guinea says the system for advertisement is broken nowadays. Here we go again with
pepper
the chili comment. The Chili's peppers have returned.
Ride the dente.
It all makes sense now. Oh my god. No, I mean we're in a 7-year contract or 6 3/4 of a year to go.
No,
I have noticed a lot
Nothing's gonna
less
change.
action characters.
No, they're still there.
They're
still there?
Start of every race.
We literally were you not here that we sat here and watched all of them and laughed about how ridiculous they all looked
like
at?
Kyle Busch
Yeah.
having abs when
Were
he's
you,
probably
were you late?
I
Yeah,
probably was.
last week.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
yeah.
Brackets last week was the only one that looked realistic.
Looked like a horse.
Half
He did
horse,
that man
half
dirty.
man. Have y'all heard that song?
Dude, he should
All
look,
horsepower.
Dude, you look over and Brad's is a
He
centaur.
should be way faster. I'm just saying.
No,
He's got one leg up on the competition.
1 horsepower.
Catherine,
He's got an
is
extra.
that you?
He's got an extra horsepower, and he's it.
Oh man! All right,
Got a bag of
let's
oats
talk
in the
about some
car.
things that happened this week. Let's get into our NAS news section. So, Full Speed dropped season 2. What do you guys think so far?
Matt said it wasn't good, so I wasn't planning on watching.
I didn't think it was that good.
I liked it.
Did you watch
Did
the whole
you?
thing?
Yeah, I watched it all
Oh,
night.
see now you
I
got
didn't
no
like it.
offense.
No, I thought it was good.
He didn't give me the same vibe.
I
as last
think-
I heard
year.
Denny wasn't in it.
Not much because
Very-
Wow.
He wasn't really in the playoffs.
yeah,
Is Ross in it?
not at
No,
all.
he wasn't in the playoffs.
Is Alex Bowman in it?
No,
Why should
no.
I watch?
No,
The
I
three
mean, I
guys
get
I
it.
like are not in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Chase Elliott refuses to be in it.
Carson Hocevar?
No.
So a 3 plus my maybe guy I might
We got
get
to
into
see-
as long
we
as he
got to
keeps
see,
flipping
uh,
guys off in the truck series.
We got to see Daniel Suarez drive around in Beetles.
Yeah, actually, the guy
We've
loves Beatles.
seen that.
I know. It was
This is
funny.
what he does. He stores old Volkswagens.
Oh, the car.
The only thing I have to say about Full Speed is
I love
Daniel
this thing.
Suarez's wife seems very mean.
Yes.
And I just
What's her
I
name?
hope she's-
Julia Piquet or something?
Something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
something like
she's
that.
just
Sounds
very
like somebody. Oh, I'm not-
very mean. There was the race. I think it was Kansas
I
last
think
year.
it was Kansas.
where Ross he won it, and she's like, I just don't understand why.
'Cause they
Daniel
were-
has
their
the
car
worst
was-
car because he
car
was
was
3
bad.
laps down 30th.
Hold on now.
No, this is what she said.
No.
This is exactly. She's like, how could the playoff driver have the worst car out of?
So you don't
The team.
like this take?
No, I think it's rude.
Can we pull up the video evidence from last year that Matt says that this 1,000% happens,
Wait, what?
where teams get better equipment to certain drivers?
Oh no, I believe it happens. I just think it's rude that she wanted to take
Oh,
it
it
away
happens.
from
But,
Ross.
so you can call it out, but she can't. All right.
Yeah, I don't.
I
I'm a third party in this.
I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
I'm a third party. I'm not invested at all.
Megan,
Just here for
she's
fun.
kind of scary.
She's kind of
Yeah,
mean.
I've kind
She
of got
is.
that vibe.
It
and-
was funny too when
She
Logano,
definitely wears the pants in that relationship.
Oh, 100%.
when Logano got the call, like, hey, by the way, you're back in and Bowman's out. It was funny when he looked at.
Oh, he's in the call.
He looked at Netflix. He's like, oh, so you guys want to talk to me again?
Yeah,
That's funny.
He was on a
they, like-
Zoom call, and they're like, he's like, look, he turns, he goes, Netflix wants to talk to me again, and turned to like the camera crew that was in there.
because like he was out.
Yeah, so they were done. I think that was funny.
Interesting.
I'm not gonna.
Now I'm starting
okay.
to wonder if Daniel Suarez peeing right next to me was him looking for a friend and looking for help.
Trying to show you his tamales.
No.
It's his
Too
parody.
far. Jeff, way too far.
He wanted to be an amigo.
Keep that thing wrapped up, bro. Ain't- Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, but I mean, like, and the problem that I was trying to keep in mind with it was, you know, last year it was Blaney. I felt like that was a much better storyline and everything because he had to win at Martinsville to get in and then wins, whereas
Yeah.
Logano gets in on a technicality. And then what I did find it hilarious. Did you notice this?
What?
They don't mention the Chevy's blocking at all.
No, they did not.
Not a single.
bring that
They
up.
bring up the whole Christopher Bell at the end doing a half wall ride, and this is so controversial. But they
Wow.
completely ignore the fact that you had 2 Chevys blocking for Byron to be able to still keep.
they
his
don't even
position.
talk about that?
Don't
No.
even mention it.
They don't really talk
that's
about
a
Bubba
little-
either.
That's a little
Like they show
Yes.
Bubba's incident where he kind of gets wide.
Oh,
and-
Bubba had a flat tire. Like,
yeah. Like they showed it on TV, but they didn't show at all.
The lead
the-
up.
Yeah, the William Byron side of things.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Because
that's
all
crazy.
they were basically saying like to Bell had to keep pushing to catch up.
can't with Yenny, bro.
I can't get them to stay focused. Yenny, you're not
Bro,
helping me.
you'll read that last comment? Yo, bro. He was trying, bro.
All right, back to what I was saying.
These YouTube chats are hilarious.
Dude, oh my gosh. Dude, do we look like hockey people?
Oh, my God.
I mean,
Hockey.
I'm a hockey fan.
Oh, okay. Jeff,
Are you
is.
cheering for the Panthers?
I don't really get
No.
that.
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry.
We watch Solar Bears.
Ooh. I mean, yeah.
I mean, they are fun to watch.
Yeah.
Local.
Anyway, no, so yeah, they don't mention that the whole 24. All they kind of talk about is Bell. You have to get these couple positions and stuff like that. And they bring up, why Ross did it. And they talk about how, even Ross agreed, like, yeah, we can't do this again because of how much pain and how much it hurt and stuff like that. So they talk about all that, but they never mention the whole thing of the two Chevys that are side by side blocking to prevent people from passing Byron so that way he can keep his position.
Yeah.
Didn't ever mention it. I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, but otherwise I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I think it does a really good job of kind of giving you a peek behind the curtain, showing you some of the drivers and talking to them. It was really cool because Michael Jordan was in it a couple times because of Reddick. And they even bring up the whole like, hey, Reddick, you're in, he's in a lawsuit. His company or his team is in a lawsuit with NASCAR right now. Guys, come on.
The chat is funny, bro. They're
I do,
pulling right now.
Hold it together.
I don't know how you don't want me to not laugh. We're talking about meats.
I do find it
greets,
funny.
Mark the
They're talking
bananas,
I
chilies.
think they were walking into Bristol and they had the press conference and they showed Denny Hamlin. He's like, yeah, we just because it was right when they sued NASCAR.
Oh, it was when it was announced. Yeah.
Right when it was announced. And Bob Pockris comes up. He's like, so how are you gonna win a championship if you're suing the sanctioning body? And you just see Denny
He's
like he just blank face for a second,
Wow.
and they cut screen. He had, that actual interview. He had a really good, take on it. But like Netflix hyped it up like he was dumbfounded. They asked the question. It's like, well, you're suing
I'm gonna
NASCAR.
have to watch, man.
It's good. It's worth watching. It really is.
Yeah.
The first few episodes are way better than the second half.
I
It's
can't
because
with the chat.
Logano wins.
Yeah.
Drop some tamales in the chat, boys.
Y'all.
Bro, we have like such a fun group of fans, bro. Like, are you kidding me? That's so much
Y'all are
fun.
killing me,
All
bro.
right. Well, anyway.
Y'all
That's
made
my
me
thoughts
cry
on
for real.
I actually was trying to listen, but then I just
No, you weren't. Don't patronize
Brother,
me.
I was trying, bro, but they were
listening.
blowing up this. They were blowing up.
I was trying. But
You know what? We're gonna.
tamales in the chat.
I'm gonna fix this.
This is the new
quick.
rating.
No.
This is the new
No, DJ, don't be
race
lame.
rating system.
Tamale.
The
How many
ice.
tamales
Did
would
you
you
say
give this
ice
race?
rating?
I don't know, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm crying.
No.
laughing.
Did you say ice rating?
No, stop.
Yo. Whoa.
Tacos are better. Oh my god, we got to
mean-
move on.
All right.
Gotta
What
move
kind
on.
of taco?
There's no more updates to the 2311 front row.
There's one.
Yeah. There's more.
You say more or no more?
More.
Okay.
This is the more.
All right.
In essence, Jake, you might know a little more, so you could correct me if I'm wrong. But basically,
I'm
it
just
felt
gonna
like
give you the short of it.
yeah. go for it.
You can go and watch, and we probably should have put this in the description of the video. That's my fault. Anyways, you can go look it up. Basically, there's about a 45-minute court case they had this week. Basically, hearing the arguments, not of the overall, not the overall case, right? Where it just goes into the whole thing. This was mainly about the charters for this year. Because remember 2311, they said, hey, we need charters for this year. It's going to like destroy our business. We won't make it the whole year if we can't have charters. And the judge said, yes, you need charters, and gave them the injunction, right?
Yeah.
That's the trigger word that everybody knows. So now NASCAR's like, well, we don't agree with that. So now this is the hearing
Well, that's
to
funny.
fight the injunction on giving them charters. Because the actual court date that's going to fully resolve this whole lawsuit is not till December. So everything we hear now is literally just bickering back and forth, flicking each other in the forehead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or
Just
the
being
throat.
annoying. Basically, NASCAR saying, well, we don't agree that them not having charters is going to destroy their business and da 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 da. So basically, the really interesting, they had this court case. I shouldn't even call it a court case. I don't even know what it's called.
Injunction? Discovery?
They already
It's
had an
discovery.
injunction.
Are
I
they
don't know,
still-
bro. I don't know. I don't know enough about law. I don't. They had a meeting with the judicial system. They talked about
There
some
was
stuff.
There was a judge there.
Yeah, and
And
NASCAR
lawyers.
and 2311
and front row, presumably.
allegedly.
Yeah,
I don't know,
Just-
but
just-
basically,
that's a law
the
no
term.
one
gist
showed up.
of it was
Yeah.
no ruling was decided. Arguments were heard from both sides about the injunction of the 2311 and front row allowing to have charters for this season. This is so complicated. And basically, it ended with a judge kind of saying, like, to the teams, basically, you want your cake and you want to eat it too to the teams.
Yes.
As far as the keeping charters for the rest of this year, that's a little spicy
Yeah.
because that's not what the last judge said. The last judge was basically like, yeah, NASCAR's screwing you. And they're totally, everything they're doing is antitrust.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah,
think
of course, you can have your charters. That's ridiculous what they're doing.
I think
this
it's just
judge
gonna
is
go
like-
up and down.
It's very much a different tone.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what the next step is. I've scoured, I've looked. I don't know what they're really doing next.
Yeah, I think
So
honestly we're gonna hear a little bit of things back and forth until December. That's when we'll know.
yeah. I mean, if they lose their charters, dude, they are in big trouble. I mean, they're in big boy trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
They got, let's say 2311, they got 3 cars they got to get in the field every week,
yeah,
which really not going to be bad until you get to super speedways.
and they all wreck.
Well, super speedways, there's typically more than 40 cars that show up.
Yeah,
Can be.
Yeah, you're racing other cars that.
But at the same
I
time,
mean-
if you're going to have like 42 cars show up, is Carl Long in the 66, is he going to show up? Maybe not. Beard Motorsports 62, maybe
if
not.
you're 2311, do you go and talk to them and be like, hey, your driver want to ride?
I'll give
in
you
one of
20
our
grand to not show up. I'll be like, hey, plus money.
Yeah.
Like, I
Hey,
don't
you
know.
guys want to have a little bit of Toyota support? Cool.
I mean, there's drive Chevys, but okay.
I'm saying like, you want to drive one of our cars? You want us to help
You
you?
want intel?
Carl Long and Beard Motorsports?
I'm
Negative.
just
Negative.
okay. Never
You're
mind.
going, I appreciate the thought.
No,
sir.
do it again.
Anyways,
Wow.
it's very interesting. There's so many things. The chat says, what do we think is going to be the final verdict decision for the lawsuit if 2311
I was
loses? If
gonna
they have to
say,
shut up, pay the price. The shut up and pay the price is not an option. NASCAR said that like straight up. The
Yeah.
courts have even approached NASCAR in 2311 in front row and said like, hey, this is a good time for you guys to talk and come to a settlement. And they're both like middle fingers. Nah, we're right. You're wrong.
They pulled the Carson Hocevar.
Straight up, bro. They're not. Neither side is willing to settle as of right now.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I just think it's. I don't know. I mean, what do y'all think? Like, if NASCAR wins and they lose the charters, like NASCAR's sitting on 6 charter. 6.
I thought it was 4.
How many does front row have?
Oh, because
3,
2311. We got 3.
yeah,
6,
front row has 2.
2.
38, 34, 4.
Oh, they have 3.
They got 3.
They got 6
Yeah.
charters.
All of a sudden, NASCAR's sitting on 6 charters.
I mean, I'll just say.
And
money,
NASCAR, I don't
money.
believe it was any obligation to buy them from 2311 because they chose not to participate or front row. Y'all
Yeah, how
chose
would
not
that
to.
work?
We were going to give it to you, and you chose not to participate. So now I ain't got to pay you nothing.
Did you hear? Was it Richard Childers that made the comment on Junior that he was like, I had to sign it because I have sponsors to deal
A
with?
bunch of teams.
Yeah, several of them were
Yeah.
saying like I had to. Like
Yeah.
to me, that's antitrust. Like you don't have
not,
a choice.
Not according to this last judge.
called my
I
first-
agree, but
My
I just
first witness.
I don't know.
Richard Childress.
Right.
Mr. Trump.
F NASCAR.
Mr. Trump.
These guys suck.
I call in President Trump.
Yeah, right.
I think in the last 3 months, the stakes have gotten
Tariff.
higher.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's going to keep progressively
Because,
getting higher.
like, there was a thought of, like, they might not agree. It'll go to court. They might settle. Like,
Yeah.
I'm feeling like settle is, dude, the settle option is out the window. Ain't no more settle option.
I think it'll be like-
If Michael Jordan got to pack up his stuff and go do basketball, like,
Well, that was fun.
bro, like, I really don't think it moves the needle that much for NASCAR.
I don't know.
I think
It's
it does
just
a little bit. I don't think it's moving the needle
It's
that
just
much.
so hard to tell because it's like when you look. I mean, even in outside of NASCAR, when you see a lot of these like, big like lawsuits and stuff like that happening in maybe the more like, forgive me, mainstream sports or more mainstream sports. It's pretty. They're pretty good at keeping this stuff under wraps, like kind of cloak and dagger. Like it's hard to really find good info when it comes to like
especially
legal
before
stuff or-
before the case.
Yeah.
When the case comes out, we're
that's
gonna
what- and
learn
that's
a
what-
lot.
That's kind of the main problem is like we just haven't like this has been such a slow moving process that it's like I don't know. Like there's been so much change before, like DJ said, before the cases even started that it's like I don't even know. Like,
I believe this was the first part of the process that was like visible for people to see.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's very true.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Everything else has been pretty speculatory.
I haven't watched the link, but I've seen like where multiple people have like tagged the link, like, "Hey, if you want to go watch the whole thing, here it is."
Yeah.
I get nervous when I'm scrolling on my Instagram and I see something from NASCAR or like one of the teams come up and it's just a black photo with like white letters. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
usually like a bad sign that they got some bad news or whatever, talking about the legal stuff
Yeah.
like directly from the teams. I'm like,
Ultimately, the only
Ooh.
thing that can be ruled between now and December, from what I understand, again, I don't totally perfectly understand it, but is the only decision that can really be made is will 2311 have their charters and front row, excuse me, will they have their charters for this year? That's it. Nothing else matters until December of next year, and they are assured that they will go through that case and it will be settled before the 2026 season. So that's really all
Yeah.
it comes down to, which I'm sure there's charter money and all kind of things that fall on that. But I mean, again, you got
Elon-owned
Michael
charter
Jordan,
would be
who's a
crazy.
billionaire. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
an Elon owned charter would be crazy.
The truck
Yeah,
series
because
has Tesla
Or Elon.
Cybertrucks.
I
Oh god.
I would. Hey, you want to?
You have a Model 3 and a Model S you could run in the
Xfinity.
Xfinity and the Cup
No,
series.
no, no.
I was gonna say Model X for Cup.
You don't ruin my
Just
V8
'cause-
Cup series with electric.
highest.
Stop.
Listen, you never know.
You're a little too like.
We'll 2J swap it.
Stop.
I just
Great
want to,
deli.
bro. I just want to know if the Cybertruck was a truck series truck, what the Arrow would look like.
Dude, right?
Like how much drag would
Does
that
it still
thing
weigh
have?
6,000 pounds?
Is it still bulletproof?
Would
It probably won't flip.
You know,
I mean,
It does. You're in trouble.
the batteries burn forever.
goes to bump draft and just because of that pointy front, just smashes the
Runs
back
over.
windshield.
goes underneath one.
It's like a wedge.
Oh, what's that? It's like a
From Fast
it's
and
like,
Furious?
It's like in I was gonna say it's like in GTA, like the car that you can drive around and like launch
The ramp
cars.
truck?
Yeah, the ramp truck.
Wow, that'd be hilarious. All
Yeah,
right, I think
anyway,
that's
funny.
I think we're
Moving
pretty much-
on. What
I
else
think
we
that's
got?
pretty much the end. I don't think we have anything else really. To...
Where are we racing next week? All-Star race, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All Star
Yep.
race.
I have to do
Man.
some cool videos for that.
Next week is cool because we got Cars Tour All-Star race, I believe, on the Fox broadcast.
Yeah,
Ooh.
should be on.
Have you
FS1.
heard about this?
I have
Wow.
not. What's going on?
So Dale Jr. and the Cars Tour group ownership.
Which is Harvick and
There's
Junior.
a couple people. It's a couple of NASCAR drivers.
yeah.
Harvick and Jr. are the two kind of like mainstream
Yeah.
guys that are with it.
I
But
forgot who the other ones were.
yeah, there's a couple more. But apparently they have a Fox broadcast, bro.
That
That's
sounds fun.
like this might be the it might be the first ever late model stock broadcast on like main network television.
That's right. Jeff Burton and Justin Marks. They're
Yep.
the other two.
Car Store is blowing up, bro.
Yeah.
It's really blowing up. It's gaining like their viewership numbers are really good.
Really?
Put it on a Fox might make a huge difference.
That's enough for Fox to entertain it.
Good idea.
Like a
They're
late model
the new
stock race
SRX.
on Fox. That's a big.
New
I
SRX
hope they
series.
kill.
Yeah, they're the
I
next.
mean,
XRX.
if we wanted more night races, the next like 3 weeks are night races. So
Perfect.
we got North
yeah.
North
Brilliant.
Wilkesboro and then straight to Charlotte
Man,
For
can
the
we talk
600?
about Charlotte real quick?
and then Nashville.
Or I should say Motorsports Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped,
Yeah.
bro.
Dude, I'm so ready.
It's gonna be fun.
Tuesday starts Indy 500 practice.
Yep.
I can't wait. Like, I just want to like. I just want to
Tuesday
like
starts
I-
Jake
I don't know
texting
that-
me all day and just like, hey, did you see so and so? Hey, so and so hit the wall.
2:32 in this.
Yeah.
I was blowing y'all up that one day.
That
I didn't have nothing to do that day, and I was literally like me and like four of the guys from work
8
were all sitting
hours.
there on my TV at work, and we're all watching the stream. We all get a call, be like, okay, let's focus on this for like 5 minutes. We hit pause on the stream, and then like come back. You know,
Dude, that's so funny.
I'm excited. Like, the month of May with Indy 500 and everything is so exciting. The race, has
we'll
been
see.
better, but
That's
can be
okay.
pretty good.
New Garden's just gonna wipe the floor with everybody.
hopefully,
But I'm
Rains.
excited for Motorsports Christmas in 2 weeks, and we got the All-Star race next week. Like
I am looking forward to
Bro.
Motorsports Christmas.
we got 2 good weeks coming. Next week might kind of be a snoozer a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe,
Get your
Probably.
rest.
but still, I mean, the cup, the
The
cup
new
race,
speed week.
Speed month.
yeah,
speed,
speed day.
You heard me. I feel like the cup race has the potential to be a snoozer, although we're supposed to be bringing a softer tire. I heard maybe.
I mean,
Maybe we have to see what Goodyear puts out. Yeah, for Wilkesboro.
All Star. Yeah.
Yep.
okay.
yeah.
We'll have to see on that. That's a rumor. But
Change horsepower.
we got the truck race at Wilkesboro. We got Cars Tour. Like I believe two of the Cars Tour series. I feel like there's another race at Cars Tour too. There's a ton of racing. I think
I
there's
don't have the schedule.
5 races at North Wilkesboro this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Lot of
racing.
racing.
If you want to look for it and find it, there's a lot of racing this weekend.
Yeah.
And of course, next weekend there's a tremendous amount of racing. Indy 500, Monaco, Coke 600. Plus, don't we have Xfinity next? The Coke 600 weekend.
Yeah.
We have trucks at Charlotte too.
Yeah.
There, the next 2 weeks is a good
Pretty
weeks to
maybe
be a
get-
race fan.
Maybe get to see the 1100 happen, depending on weather.
Hope
You know,
so,
Kyle
man.
Larson.
Larson. We'll
What
see.
do y'all
Let it
think? What do
rain
y'all
in
think
Charlotte.
Kyle Larson's gonna do? I was kind of encouraged to see him push the car to the limit.
Yeah.
That's what he does, bro.
Oh, I think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna win it personally.
No. I, don't
I think like
win
a
it,
Tony Stewart.
but a good
type.
run, a good
See a
run.
top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to practice.
All the nerves should be gone.
Green flag pit stops.
Yeah. All the nerves should be gone.
Me
should
and
be
Matt,
done.
me and Matt were there obviously last year, and when he got the green flag pit stop for penalty for speeding, we're like, oh,
No.
top 5, I think at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a bummer.
But that would be really cool to see it, without the weather ruining it. You know what I mean?
hope so. Hope so. We'll see.
So that'd be cool.
Weather forecast don't go out
Big
2 weeks, so we
storyline.
don't know yet.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
Yeah.
hopefully it's good. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Next 2 weeks is gonna be
Sh-
fun to
should
be
be
race
good.
fans.
Yep. So I think that pretty much does it for us for this week. So definitely like, share, subscribe, all social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those. I think I said X. No, I didn't say X.
You say TikTok?
TikTok.
TikTok.
I tried to not say it this time. And then definitely check out the Discord. It's a community by fans for fans.
Yeah.
With memes.
Don't forget to watch Speed Queens episode if you haven't seen it yet. It's super cool.
It was our last upload, so it should be
different
hard to find.
aspect from the view of the wives and moms. Happy
Yep.
Mother's Day.
And we'll see you guys next week. Y'all
Chop a-
take it easy and
chop
we'll
a tamale
Before you leave.
stop.
Love y'all.